So I really want to talk about the fourth quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter. The offense absolutely took off, and you guys took as far as an 18-point lead.
Mm-hmm.
What happened in those few minutes?
I think it came down to the defensive end of the floor. I think we're really taking positive strides on the defensive end. I think we're building more grit and connection as a group, and I think we're rebounding better on that end of the floor. And we're at our best when we can get a rebound and play in transition. I mean, if you watch us, I think our girls like to play quick. They like to play in the open floor, and we got some easy ones to start in the fourth quarter. And I think that gave us a boost of confidence. And I think for the first time, I thought we finally slowly wore down an opponent, which is exciting. And that's what we want. We want to get stronger as the season ends. And we're already in February, which is the last month of the season, which is hard to believe. But we want to get stronger as we approach the conference tournament.
And in the huddle, I actually heard you say March is coming, and you guys have to get tough if you want a chance at the tournament. What are your hopes going into these next couple weeks?
Well, it's always a goal for me as a head coach, and I learned this probably within my first 2 years, how valuable the month of February is. You've got to make a decision. Either you get tired of it and you think it becomes a grind, or you get really jacked up and motivated and you're determined to improve and get better. And that's my goal with this group. We're young, we're learning, but I'm not going to let them settle. I think we still have a high ceiling to get better, and we're not playing our best. So I think this team needs to get a lot better this month, and that's my goal as their coach, and we're going to push them to do that because I think we have a lot of ability, and I'm kind of excited to see what we can become by the end of this month.
And you guys got Winthrop on Saturday, went 74-45 the last time, but you're talking about you still see room for improvement. How can you see that game going?
Well, I mean, Winthrop is playing really well right now. They beat PC on Saturday, and they just beat Longwood tonight at Longwood. So I'm sure it does have my attention. I hope it has our attention. Every game has a life of its own. Even though we won big here, that doesn't mean anything when you go on to Rock Hill. So we got our work cut out for us. We got to prepare. We got to see what we did well and see what they're doing well as they're playing great right now. And we got to get that road win. I mean, we need to be 7-5 on Saturday night for sure.
We got the chance to talk to Rachel, but someone else that stood out was Vanessa Blake. She does so much that you can't see on the stat sheet. Can you tell me about how valuable she is when she's in the game?
Yeah, she played well. Tonight was not easy for her. Presbyterian has a really good post player. She's big. She's physical. They play through her a lot, and that's a hard matchup. And Vanessa's not one to shy away from any kind of challenge. So we needed to help her a little bit more on the defensive end. I think we did as the game progressed. But Vanessa plays with great effort. She prides herself on that. She's willing to do some dirty work stuff, and we all need those players on our team. But she's growing into something bigger and better. Which I'm excited and happy for her because she puts in the work, and she's a consistent worker, and she's a consistent teammate. So I'm not surprised she's producing the way she is.
What area of the game have you seen the most growth in your team this year?
That's a good question. I think we're better defensively. I still think we've got to work on just our pace and decision-making on offense. Sometimes we get a little bit too excited, or we stack poor possessions, and we got to get better at that. But I think right now, especially here, we've been holding a lot of our conference opponents to a low 50 number, except for the Gardner-Webb game. So I think our defense needs to drive us. And if we can get stops, we can play in transition, and that's what this team seems to like to do. So we got to keep building on that.
You guys will be on the road, but you're coming right back home after a couple of games. What would you like to tell fans?
I feel like there's some momentum again, just from basketball here in general. I don't know if it was the ESPNU opportunity for the men's game to get some people back thinking about basketball, but basketball is important to the school. I appreciate that women's basketball is important to the school, and as we're playing better and as the men are playing better, I hope people pay attention to it and get behind both groups. And let's make February fun and get on to Charlotte, and let's see what happens. So.
All right, Rachel, you just came off of a double-double. You've had a lot of success. You've been consistently playing well throughout the season, but the closer we get to playoffs, you just seem to have a different edge. What is it about going in later in the season?
I don't know. I just feel like, I try to show up every game, and I know I'm the oldest one on the one of the oldest ones on the team, but I know how important it is to play to get hot towards March, and I'm just trying to start that for our team.
Yeah, and it's similar. We started out in the first half a little bit slow, but you seem to really spark the offense. What do you say to your teammates to really get the fire going?
I try to tell them, we need to be more hyped than the other team. They seem, PC was really yelling over on the bench, so I was trying to get our teammates to, get a little juiced up, and, I was just telling them run hard and, get stops on defense. That way we can get out and do what we do.
What were they telling you guys all week in practice? What were you guys really focusing on?
We were focused on how important this game was, and for us to move up in the standings. We just jumped them because we were tied with them. We were 5-5, and now we're 6-5. So, we've been stressing a lot about how important it is to get more wins. That way we don't have to play as many games when we get to the tournament. So that's really what we've been talking about.
You guys have had a ton of success at home. How special is it, especially later in your career, to get those home wins?
It feels great. I know we don't get a ton of fans, but when the fans that we do get, they come out and they support us really well. And we get the consistent fans that we have. It seems like the same type of people come. And also the other student athletes that come to the game, it makes us feel great to see that other people are supporting us. But we got to do better on the road for sure.
And what kind of hopes do you have moving forward these next few weeks for the team?
I'm hoping we can, win as many games as possible and, get back at the ones that we lost previously, High Point and Gardner-Webb, and who else did we lose to? I can't remember who else we lost to, but, those High Point and Gardner-Webb are going to be big games, and Campbell won the last game of the season, so it's going to be a good second half for sure.
Do you guys have one team that you're really going after for revenge?
I wouldn't say revenge because we beat them the first time, but the Campbell game is at the last game of the season is very important for us to sweep them because that would look great in the standings, at the end of the year. So that's a really important game.
You've had a lot of success, so keep it up, Rachel. Congrats.
Thank you.